Okay, so we are going to do the ribbon now, and the ribbon, band, hairband, whatever you want to call it, are the same colors as the eyes. And I'm going to start off with the lightest color. I'm just going to block out the highlight first, just to make sure I don't darken that area out. And I'm adding the highlight there because that is where we said the light was coming from. Once I block out that color, I'm going to go ahead and get out the blue-gray, which is the darkest blue, and I'm going to trace out the hairband. And I'm going to start adding the darkest values first, all the shading first, and that will be all along the petals, the rose, along her hairline. And I want to create like the illusion of curvedness. So if that makes sense. So I'm going to start out with the darker color, and I'm going to transition into the Deft blue or Delft blue. And then I'm going to add that blue a little bit overlapping the blue-gray. And again, you do not have to totally cover in all the white spaces. Now, just so I don't smudge all the work I did with my portrait, I'll just take a little paper towel and put it under my hand so my hand doesn't get too dirty. But then again, the pastel will not come off. It's just I just want to ensure that I don't smudge too much of the face with my hand. So then I'm going to go on with the turquoise blue. And I am going to apply it a little bit over the Delft blue. And as I do that, it's creating sort of a new color. And then the lightest, which is the highlighted part, I'm going to go with the glacier blue. And I'm just going to apply that on top of the turquoise blue. And then this is where the magic happens. I am going to start blending the dark into the light, and it's going to make a beautiful transition, and it's going to create a really beautiful blue for this hairband. And I was really inspired to put on this hairband from a lot of the classical paintings that I was studying. A lot of them had these beautiful blue headbands, and I just thought it was so romantic, and I really wanted to incorporate that type of accessory into this portrait. So the hairband is sort of taking on the color of the eyes. It's a little bit more turquoise than the eyes. I find it very pretty, very, very pretty and romantic. So as you can see, I blended away and trying to keep the highlight intact, just to have that illusion of a curved headband. And I'm imagining that the hairband was tied in the back, and so coming like sort of from the side is the ribbons that would be falling and blowing in the wind very romantically. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the darkest blue and I'm going to outline, and then from the neck I'm going to pull down the dark blue. Here I'm just cleaning up the edge. I think some of the color might have, a little bit of pigments might have came off from when I was using the stump. But see, just with the kneadable eraser, I was very easily and quickly able to take off a little bit of the dust that might have fallen off. But that wasn't too much. As you can see, my face is still beautifully intact. And then I'm going to take the Delft blue and I'm going to color into the blue-gray and bring it down. And as I'm bringing it down, the curve of the ribbon, I'm going to try to focus the lighter color there. So now I'm going to add in the turquoise, keeping in mind to keep the curve like light and white. As the ribbon falls towards towards the end of her neck, I'm going to add darkness. So now I'm going to go into the Delft blue, and then I'm going to add the highlight color, which is in this case the glacier blue, and I'm going to add it at the edge of the where it curves. And then again, I'm going to do the same procedure. Here I'm just going to speed it up. In this case, I just take my bigger blending stump and I'm going to blend all the colors together, making sure that each color transitions into each color smoothly. It's quite interesting when I do speed it up just to see how the colors blend in so beautifully together. It's actually quite interesting to see it when I look back at it. Okay, as you see on my blending stump, I do have a little bit of color on that blending stump, and so now I'm going to use the blending stump as sort of like a coloring tool. And I'm going to add some of that blue onto the neck. Why am I doing this? Well, first of all, I want to add more depth to the neck, and it's going to act sort of as a shading color. And the blue of the ribbon is sort of reflecting back onto the skin. So I'm going to, in my mind, pretend that the blue, the color blue of the ribbon is reflecting onto the skin. So it will just give more interest to the portrait and a little bit more dimension. And usually clothing, the color of your clothing will reflect onto your skin. So here I'm just trying to emulate that effect. Okay, as I finish up here, we are going to continue on to the roses next. So I'll see you in the next class.